This is my entry for the NYX Face Awards, so fingers crossed. Is a mythical creature. If you is my NYX Face Awards, demonic or demented, and so we're doing a lot of bright and fun colors and a beautiful base with something really gory over top of it, since that seems to be my style these days. Now we're going to go ahead and prime the eyelids as well as carving out the eyebrows. It's essential to carve out the eyebrows so that you can have a nice clean frame to the face. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same to the top as well, because we don't want the brows to get lost beneath everything, and we want them to be carved out and beautiful. With everything prepped and primed, we're going to take this lovely bubblegum pink shade and buff it into the crease. Then we're going to go ahead and once that's all placed, we're going to take a purple shade and go ahead and deepen the crease a little bit, because we don't want this to be just a one color look. We want this to be very multi-dimensional and have the incorporations of the pinks and the purples in there. Now we're going to go ahead and cut the crease, since that is my style. We're going to be using a white concealer for this, since that'll show up the best. There we go. So once we have the proper shape, we're going to take a metallic pink or pinkish orangish shade and go ahead and pop that on there and give a nice little complement to our bright pink shade. Then we're going to take a very nice and shiny metallic shade, a very light one, a warmer toned one, and pop that in there and do the same on the other side. Now taking a purple glitter liner, we're going to line our crease. Yep, you got it. We already cut our crease, and now we're kind of going to cut it again. We're going to make sure that we know how sharp this crease is. Now we're going to take some regular old black liner and just do a nice wing going into the liner. So we do the wing, or at least I do the wing, and then do the liner on top of the eyelid. This just makes it easier for me to know kind of what I'm doing and where I'm going with it. So now, I thought that since she's mostly out at night, she would be pretty dang pale, unlike me. I mean, I am pale, but I've had some time in the sun. So pretty much what I'm doing here is taking white concealer, and I'm going to be layering a ton of it on my skin. Before doing my forehead, I'm going to powder up my face. My forehead just creases really bad, so I wanted to wait until I was done doing the rest of my face before doing my forehead. So right now I'm just doing some powder, and I'm going to brush it off here in a moment, and then I'm going to start on my forehead. Now taking that same white concealer, I'm going to go ahead and plop it on my forehead, and then in a moment here, after I stop messing with my hair, I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. And after putting powder on my forehead, I'm going to go ahead and put this nude liquid lip on. This is going to be a good base so I don't look too dead, because with everything being all white, I looked kind of washed out. So it's good to have just a little bit of color, and then I can put a fun eyeshadow topper on top of my lips to kind of act as a lip topper. So now I'm going to start focusing on the features of the face. Right now I'm going to do highlight, and I'm going to focus that on my cheekbones. Then I'm going to go ahead and pop that on my nose, and then of course my cupid's bow, and concentrating that on my pinky. Now I'm going to take a cute little purpley multi-chrome kind of eyeshadow, and I'm going to go ahead and pop that on my lips. Now I thought this would be a good one for my Tooth Fairy, since she's a little different. And since we're sticking with the themes of pinks and purples, I'm going to go ahead and use this as my contour shade. So we're going to do the cheekbones, of course, and we're going to focus on framing the face and making it very angular. So we've already done the nose, started on the temples, and now we're going to work on that jawline, because we always want to pop in jawline, so why should this be any different? So now we're going to go around and kind of buff around the forehead to create an illusion of, I guess, her having a tan or a smaller forehead, and then I'm going to blend that out so it's not just a strict line. Now you could stop here, but we're going to keep going because why not? So now I'm going to blend the white down a little bit onto my neck, and now I'm going to add some of the purple so that way it kind of blends into the look a little bit better and, you know, gives a helping hand to the look. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish that eyeshadow and line my lower lash line with some pink and really help flesh out this look a little more. Now, it's tooth time. This is the time I've been the most excited for. So pretty much what I'm doing is taking lash glue and sticking it on the back of these clay teeth that I made a few days ago and sticking them on my face. So I'm doing this with both the upper and the lower here. Cool, now we're back. So I did a few teeth without realizing that my footage was gone, so here's me placing more teeth on my face, and I'm going to try and fit as many on as I can. It's just the same process of making sure the glue is tacky, otherwise, as you'll see here in a moment, it's not going to stick. If you don't blow on it a little bit first, it's just really not going to stick and not going to work, and just kind of be frustrating, so make sure you blow on it a little bit until it's tacky, and then you'll be all set. Cool, now that all these teeth are on my face, which is a really weird thing to say, I'm going to start sticking coins on my face, which is also a weird thing to be doing. Why coins, you might ask? Well, we figure that the tooth fairy generally gives coins or money out on her tooth runs to go exchange the teeth for coins or for money. So now we're going to put on the lashes now that all the coins are placed. And we're going to stick on a few more teeth just because I felt like it was kind of off and I needed more teeth on my face. Also, I made so many teeth and I wanted to put as many of them to use as possible. Just doing some re-sticking real quick. Now the fun part, now we're adding blood. Now I didn't go too light on the blood, but I wanted to make sure that everything seemed like it was fresh and pressed into the skin and, you know, looking kind of disgusting. I want to make sure that like this is something that happened recently and it's something that she's proud of. Now you'll see kind of more of like the pride thing towards the end when I place my headgear on and my props, but yeah, I just kind of went ham on this. So you can feel free to do as much or as little blood as you want. I personally love using fake blood on these kinds of things. I think it adds so much to the look. And yeah, so it's just my personal preference, but you can do whatever you want since it will be your look when you create your own demented tooth fairy. Make sure when you're using the blood that you see where it would organically fall on your face. Unfortunately for me, this blood was too thick, but luckily I knew generally how things would tend to fall on my face. It's fun sometimes, like over in the corner by my eyebrow, I drag the blood through my eyebrow. Don't be afraid to mess up some of the makeup after you've taken some rockin' pictures of it, because of course you always want to have pictures of your work, but it's also fun to mess around with blood and just let it drip or kind of force it to drip in the direction that it normally would, so that it creates the most realistic effect possible, even though this may not be the most realistic look possible. Alright, just doing some finishing touches here on the blood, kind of making it drip down a little more, you know, giving that more realistic effect. And I think I'm loving how this turned out. I was kind of surprised how this turned out, but yeah, this is a really fun thing to do whenever you feel like it. And yeah, I'm really glad that I put the time and the effort into it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you guys recreate this one. And right now, if you can see, I'm just touching up the blood a little bit because it was not opaque enough, and I wanted to make sure it just looked good. Now be sure to adorn yourself with your lovely crown of teeth and your lovely tooth wand. Both of those I did make myself, and they're pretty simple to make. I think anybody can make them, and they add as perfect pieces to this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!